Now, you leave everything, what you think your kid's going to do? You think your kid's going to be as frugal and as thrifty and as miserly as you? Now, you made all that money now. You.
Am I satisfied?
Okay.
I'm satisfied with my career. And I remember, you guys every night. And I was one of those type of athletes.
So why do you think some of the things that have happened in your career?
Floyd Mayweather has unexpectedly stepped out of the spotlight just days after Shannon Sharpe made a stunning disclosure that sent ripples across the sports community. Famous for his flashy persona and constant activity on social media, Mayweather's sudden absence has sparked curiosity and intense speculation. The bold statements Sharpe delivered during a heated segment on his show left fans and insiders questioning whether the boxing legend is intentionally keeping a low profile, or if there's a more serious situation developing behind closed doors.
What makes Floyd so unique? Because he fought Pacquiao, he fought you, he fought Gotti, he fought Corrales, he fought Ricky Hatton. He fought so many, and all these guys, a lot of these guys had titles at the time or were former world champions like yourself. What makes him so unique?
His pedigree. Look, I'm good friends with his father. The best trainer I've ever had.
Wow.
By far. He is, well, except for the professor who trained me for the Chavez fight when I beat Chavez in 1996. But Floyd Sr. is the best trainer I've ever had. He's a teacher. And that's what Floyd Jr. grew up with. He grew up with a teacher who disciplined him to be the very, very best. And I love his patience. I love the fact that he's a hard hitter and he has a chin.
Back in 2017, Pro Football Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe openly called out Floyd Mayweather Jr., questioning the boxing star's lavish spending habits and overall financial decisions. His comments ignited a wider conversation about Mayweather's public claims of reaching billionaire status. Sharpe spoke out after reports indicated that Mayweather had asked the IRS for additional time to resolve his 2015 tax obligations, despite regularly showcasing his wealth across social media platforms.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
$350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Sharpe didn't hold back, voicing his frustration by pointing out that this wasn't the first time Mayweather had faced such issues. He questioned why the lesson hadn't been learned. Sharpe added that it was especially troubling to see Mayweather showcasing stacks of cash on Instagram and Twitter, portraying an image of extreme wealth, while at the same time appearing unwilling to settle what he owed.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
$350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Mayweather pushed back by sharing his own statement on Instagram, insisting that he had already paid $26 million to the IRS in 2015 and challenging how the media was framing his finances. In his post, he emphasized that while critics were speculating about his money, the reality was that Uncle Sam had received $26 million from him that year. Questioning what more was being demanded, Shannon Sharpe has regularly weighed in on Mayweather Jr.'s boxing career, often analyzing and critiquing his decisions inside and outside the ring. After Mayweather secured a 10th-round TKO victory over Conor McGregor in their 2017 crossover event, Sharpe credited him for executing a smart strategy. However, he also raised concerns about how competitive the matchup truly was, suggesting that the bout appeared to be carefully orchestrated as a lucrative business move rather than a genuine sporting test.
He hit Floyd with that uppercut, flush, and Floyd kept coming. I think Conor knew he was in trouble.
Floyd has a chin. I've told you before, he's got a chin.
And McGregor doesn't punch as hard as you thought he did. And
nope, he does. That's
Skip,
where you're wrong.
And I told you about the gloves. It's a difference. Dana said, well, you could feel his knuckles. I said, when you get those hands wrapped, he's not going to feel any knuckles. Skip, this might have been one of Mayweather's best performances.
It was. Agreed.
For the simple fact is, he had a 175-pound heavy bag in front of him with no head movement. Really, yeah, he was unorthodox, with his stances, but I knew in a million years he was never going to beat Floyd Mayweather, Skip, because he's not a boxing tactician. He had too wide of a base. In the MMA, Skip, you need a wide base to guard against leg strikes and takedowns. So he had a wide base. He had too much, he was too square on, so all this Floyd could hit.
Sharpe's remarks tie into his larger concern about the current direction of boxing. He believes many fighters today are more focused on protecting spotless records than taking on elite competition. In his view, Mayweather's career strategy helped shape an environment where avoiding dangerous matchups became more common, which may have reduced the sport's appeal for fans who crave authentic, high-level battles. Sharpe has often suggested that boxing would benefit from returning to a time when top contenders consistently faced one another, strengthening their legacies while delivering the kind of excitement that drew audiences to the sport in the first place.
Shoulders, stomach, chest. As a boxer, you got to be like this. You want to make the target as narrow as possible. And for Floyd to do what he did, he was just like, okay, give me your best shot. Put that rope-a-dope on him like the Rumble in the Jungle, Skip. You remember Zaire? Give me all you got. Conor was just throwing all those shots. And then come round 4 and 5, Joe, I thought I was at the club. All them Jello shots Conor was passing out because they had nothing on them. Jello shot, hey, Conor, let me get one of them tangerine Jello shots because there ain't nothing to it. And Floyd walked through it. Hit it, power shot after power shot. Skip, he wasn't doing nothing pretty, nothing, no peekaboo, no shoulder roll, straight right hands to his dome like I told you he would. Now remember, I'm gonna run shoot this man. He too small, you effed. You should have left me where I was, brother. You should have left me there.
During a lively exchange on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, Stephen A. Smith made a bold comparison between Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather Jr. He suggested that both competitors possessed a rare trait, the ability to overpower rivals to such an extent that it made those opponents appear less talented than they actually were. According to Smith, while LeBron James earns widespread admiration for his greatness, Jordan and Mayweather brought something different to the table. They instilled a sense of intimidation. As he put it, LeBron can defeat you, that's understood. But MJ would make you look like you weren't on his level.
Everybody that Mayweather fought, he made him look like it was 5 years too late.
Right.
And that's the greatness of him.
Yes.
You look at the champions that this man beat and made them look mundane in beating them.
Right. You talk about Mayweather, right?
Mayweather.
I would say the same about Jordan, but that's a different.
Oh, there you go. No.
I mean, I'm glad that you heard that. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. You know, because Jordan will make you look like you're less than what you are.
Like before Scotty?
LeBron will beat you.
I know he ain't.
But MJ will make you look like less than what you are.
Floyd Mayweather later appeared on Club Shay Shay, where he reflected on his matchup with Conor McGregor. He acknowledged that he intentionally let McGregor connect with punches during the early rounds. According to Mayweather, the strategy was calculated. He understood that McGregor, coming from MMA, wasn't accustomed to the endurance demands of championship boxing rounds. By staying patient, absorbing shots, and conserving his own energy, Mayweather allowed his opponent to burn through his stamina. As McGregor began to slow down, Mayweather shifted gears, increased the pressure, and ultimately took control, finishing the contest with a 10th round TKO. The approach highlighted his ring intelligence and veteran experience, but a similar display of control was seen in his 2013 fight against Canelo Alvarez, a bout promoted by Oscar de la Hoya. De la Hoya later admitted he had warned the 21-year-old Alvarez not to accept the challenge, believing he was too inexperienced at the time. He recalled telling Canelo that facing Mayweather so early in his career would be a mistake. Despite Alvarez's confidence heading into the fight, the outcome was decisive and far from competitive.
Told Canelo, do not fight Floyd because you're too young. You have no experience.
Right.
Well,
but he's a much bigger man.
He is, but he's 21 years old, flexing his muscles like I can take on Floyd. I'm the very best. Guess what? You got schooled. You got schooled.
Pitched the shutout.
Exactly. I mean, it wasn't even close.
You promoted Floyd.
I did promote Floyd, yeah. And you know, he was, the time when he was making the, I think it was a Showtime contract, $30-40 million. Yeah, we promoted all those fights.
Right.
You know, great experience for us. It was, you know, it put us on the map, obviously. And, you know, we're now one of the top promoters in the world.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is often ranked among the greatest technical fighters the sport has ever seen. finishing his career without a single loss and capturing world championships in 5 different weight divisions. Yet, even with those remarkable accomplishments, he continues to divide opinion within the sports world. Many detractors cite his outspoken nature, flashy lifestyle, and headline-grabbing remarks as key factors behind the criticism he receives.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying, F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank. I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that. I'm going to do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scenic route.
His constant displays of wealth and high-end possessions have struck some observers as tone-deaf, particularly during periods when many people are facing financial struggles. In addition, his past legal issues involving domestic violence have significantly damaged his public image and contributed to the criticism surrounding him. These controversies have fueled public backlash and intensified demands for accountability. In a separate interview, Mike Tyson shared his perspective on the pressures Floyd Mayweather faces, comparing them to challenges from his own life. Tyson suggested that despite Mayweather's extraordinary accomplishments, he may be confronting a difficult truth, that genuine friendships are rare and envy often surrounds great success. Tyson explained that while many athletes accumulate wealth, Mayweather's status as a global champion places him in a distinct and often isolating position within the celebrity sphere. According to Tyson, this level of prominence can make it harder to determine who is truly loyal. He believes Mayweather ultimately has to understand that authentic friendships may not always align with the glamorous image one expects, but they are far more valuable in the long run.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. It's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. Sometimes we want to have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends.
In a recent interview, Floyd Mayweather shared how he often feels misrepresented by both the media and the public. He stressed that many judgments about him are based on rumors or second-hand stories rather than a true understanding of his life. Mayweather also reflected on his relationship with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., admitting that while it could be challenging at times, his father's tough approach and strict training were key factors in shaping him into the disciplined, undefeated boxer he became. He discussed his rare amateur defeats, each by a single point, and explained how those early setbacks motivated him to push harder and ultimately dominate in the professional ranks. Mayweather's skill in the ring translated to record-breaking pay-per-view numbers, including the 2015 showdown with Manny Pacquiao, which drew 4.6 million buys and generated more than $400 million in revenue outside of boxing. Mayweather has grown his wealth through smart investments. In 2024, he purchased over 60 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $42 million, adding more than 1,000 affordable housing units to his portfolio. He has also invested in other real estate ventures and a planned casino project in Times Square, further diversifying his business empire.
Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, and you won't believe why. Early in his career, Floyd partnered with a fight promoter where he was making $3 million a fight, but he wasn't satisfied. He thought he could make way more with pay-per-view and wanted out of his contract. So he bet on himself and paid his manager $750,000 to get out. And you won't believe what happened next, so drop a follow. This would prove to be a huge win for Floyd, and after going independent, he made nearly $1 billion and became the highest paid athlete in the world.
Mayweather's financial achievements reflect not only his dominance in the ring, but also his calculated approach to business. By effectively leveraging his personal brand and making smart investment choices, he has cemented his position as one of the richest athletes of all time.
They call him Floyd Money Mayweather for a reason. The boxing superstar has earned over $1 billion in his career, enough to buy a small country, and he spent it on private jets, diamond watches, and mansions bigger than some shopping malls. But then, rumors came out that he had spent it all. So how did Mayweather bounce back from broke allegations with a business empire that looks stronger than ever?
What do you think about Mayweather's approach to money? Does his way of living motivate you, or does it seem over the top? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.